Hello, my name is Alexander Lorenz. I'm working for Bosch since many years in different managerial positions in Germany, but also in the US. And I'm happy to answer a couple of questions which my dear friend Servet Akkaynak'ın asked me about cultural differences. I have a very specific opinion about this. Well, I think it's too easy to say that culture is everything, and probably 70 or 80% of the success of a business or of people understanding each other. So one of the questions he asked me was, how do you evaluate cultural differences between countries? Especially when it comes to doing business between different countries. And the easy answer is that I believe there's no system. At least I don't have a system. It is about meeting people and talking to them and seeing how they react. And for me, it is always very inspiring and interesting to see different reactions. And you need to have a certain curiosity in order to be interested in people. So it is about people. I strongly believe that globally there's a common set of human values, and on top of this there's a layer of cultural habits and learned ways of interacting, but the bottom line is a common set of values, and I always experienced that this is totally the same between different countries. I also believe in that there is not the one culture in Germany, in Turkey, in the US, or in China. You always find people from here to there. And one example I personally have is when I moved to the US to work there, I had a seminar about the American culture up front. And it was funny, but I believe 90 or 95% of what was said in that seminar, I didn't find at all in the US. So that taught me that there is not the one culture. People are different. Another question was cultural compatibility between people, between organizations, etc. What can I do to improve this? For me, it is about people and relations between single people. I have learned during my career that the best organizational setup will not work if people don't want to collaborate. And vice versa, if people want to collaborate, they can overcome whatever organization and organizational barriers. 80 or 90% is about people and their relations, and either people want to cooperate and bring business to life, or in the other way around, people are following their personal targets and don't have really business at first in mind when they are making decisions. I have gone through a few merger and acquisition processes during my career, and I believe that the cultural compatibility is one of the core questions. For sure, you need to have a strategic ratio. Does this business fit to me? Does the products and markets fit, etc.? But this is only the top layer, the visible layer. I strongly believe that the real success is happening again on the people side. My recipe for this was, again, meeting people, talking to them, and you don't have an impression within an hour or so. You need a couple of days or weeks to experience people in different situations, and then at least I have a gut feeling. It is not more than that, and I don't believe that there is a system to measure culture or relation. The biggest mistakes, I believe, organizations can do in organizing international businesses is to believe that a certain country, typically the one where the headquarter is fully understanding the local markets. People behave significantly different in different countries. That's something I personally observed when I was responsible within Bosch for the interchange between different countries. So people behave different, customers behave different, customers have different expectations, and it is one of the biggest mistakes that someone in a headquarter believes he understands the world. So you always need the local expertise, you always need the local relations, and you need to listen to them, and you need to want to listen to them. Change the culture in typically the headquarter to an openness towards cultural and behavioral differences in different countries. So for me, this is the key: an openness to listen and a willingness to adapt to the local markets. And that is something which I believe is 80% of the success. For sure, you need to have the right products and the right pricing, etc., etc. But beyond this, this is the way how to approach people. And one real-life learning I had is, for example, when dealing with China. The Chinese people are very affine to digital options, so the internet, but their behavior there is totally different than the customer in Europe. The European customers, at least the Western European customers, they expect pure information and they don't want to be bothered with anything around it. While, for example, some Chinese people, they really like kind of gaming approach, a lot of colors, which are not informational, but where there is some entertainment involved. I'm not an expert about this at all, but I realized that there's a totally different perception of things. So it's a good idea to have local people telling you how the local market works, and it's a great idea and key success factor to listen to them. So that's my opinion about culture and diversity in culture and international cooperation. And thanks for listening. Bye-bye.